Welcome back to your weekly roundup of everything that happened in Zenless Zone Zero, where we will cover everything that you missed inside and outside of the game. And oh boy, today we're going to rock the boat with some of the new reveals for the upcoming agents, specifically Lucia. But first though, let's start with in-game news, since there's a couple events happening in just a few hours actually. And that is going to be the Rhythm Rave event, which is going to be a rhythm game-like event where you'll be able to play some songs from Zenless Zone Zero, including some classics like Agent EPs. For example, Bernice's Burning Desire. From the initial reveal, it is a rather simple minigame where you just need to press a single button at the correct timing. Hopefully this gives everyone a chance to relive some of the great Agent EPs that we've gotten in the past. Or maybe it'll give people who never listened to them a chance to savor the Bernice brain rot. This rhythm event will reward you with both polychromes as well as a special name card for completing the event. Next up, at the same time as the start of the rhythm event, a little surprise event that was not initially scheduled is another login event called Surprises Are On The Way, which will reward everyone with 480 polychrome for logging in for a total of 7 days between the 29th of September and the 14th of October, so just before patch 2.2 ends. And then on Friday we will be having our regularly scheduled Deadly Assault reset. This time around, the boss rotation will be the Unknown Corruption Complex, the Miasma Priest, and the Miasma Fiend. Now, normally this would also be where I say that you can expect to see a patch 2.3 livestream on Friday too, but actually from October 1st to October 8th it is the Mid-Autumn Festival in China, which means holidays for that entire period, and so no stream will be held during that time. So instead, the patch 2.3 livestream has actually already been announced and will be scheduled for Monday 29th of September, so less than 12 hours from right now. But don't worry, as always, if you are unable to watch it live and don't want to watch the VOD, I will of course have a recap video shortly after the livestream ends. Now, while we're talking about 2.3, I want you to take a look at the promotional image for the livestream and see if you can spot anything that seems a little out of the ordinary. You got some time now to think about it because we're going to go into the potential drama that might occur for patch 2.3 a little bit later in the speculation zone. But lastly, for in-game news though, there is one other event that we can expect this week, and that will be on Saturday, which is going to be the Enna Treasure event, where you'll be tasked to collect several treasures to earn a chance to make a wish. Now, if only we could wish for the devs to change some things that they're doing with the game, but maybe instead that wish can be for some polychrome, which you will be getting for doing this event. But if that is still not enough polychrome for you and you're looking for even more, why not try using LD Shop, especially considering you can get top-up options cheaper through LD Shop than you would in-game, with discounts of up to nearly 22% for new users. For example, purchasing an internet membership through LD Shop costs only $3.87 compared to the $5 if you were to purchase it in-game. And topping up is really easy. All you need is your in-game user ID and your server. Once you fill those in, you can click on top up, choose your payment method, and within seconds your order is completed and you can see the rewards in-game. And yes, you can even get the double bonus for first time top-ups. LD Shop is a trusted and authorized service that is 100% safe and legitimate. Also, if you use my link in the description when you register on LD Shop, you will also get a 5% off coupon to use. And if you spend over $80, you will also gain a VIP membership, which can earn you free internet memberships and regular coupons. Once again, you can check out the description and the pinned comment to start saving with LD Shop. Moving on to social media news. With the recent release of Orphie and Magus, we have now also had their character demo promotional video revealed. And to go alongside it, we have also got a Twitter event, whereby following the official Zenless Zone Zero account and retweeting the post linked in the description below, you will stand a chance to win a Redo Series Finger skateboard charm. But that is not all when it comes to Orphie and Magus, as we are also continuing the tradition of releasing 4K wallpapers from the promotional videos, and we got a set of images for Orphie and Magus. I personally really like the one with the two of them and then a little glimpse of C2. It almost feels like they started trying to make these promotional videos with these wallpaper shots in mind, which I am all for. Those are not the only wallpapers though, as we have also gotten a pair of story event wallpapers from patch 2.2, which are the Seed Agent story wallpaper and the Do Not Go Gentle Into That Good Night main story wallpaper. But now, moving into the speculation zone and coming back to that 2.3 livestream image, have you spotted the difference yet? If you haven't noticed it yet, Lucia in the promotional image for 2.3 looks a bit different from what we initially saw when the drip marketing was revealed. Obviously, the most striking difference is the fact that her breasts are now bigger. And of course, the fact that we can actually see them too, thanks to the change in the top of her outfit, giving a big cleavage shot. Now actually, from screenshots posted from the beta test, we've already seen that this new updated look is in-game, where not only is she more top-heavy, but also it looks like her pointy ears might have also gotten shorter too. Now, once again, just like previous weeks where we talked about the devs making changes, this is backing up their mentality of working until the very last moment to improve upon characters. But I think that this redesign here is probably the most extreme example of a last-minute change that we've seen yet. Changing around some numbers to buff or nerf somebody is kind of understandable. Adjusting a couple of attack animations is also relatively understandable. And we've even had some other model adjustments, but those were minor things like Miyabi's face or Hugo's shoulders and model design as well, face. But that was also all done well before their official drop marketing was revealed. This here is the first time that somebody has had a redesign after their official drip marketing has been revealed. And not only that though, it is also a big visual change too. Fan artists have already been doing tons of great Lucia fan art in her original outfit. And funnily enough, if you look at some fan art today still that are being uploaded, people are still drawing Lucia in her older outfit. Whether that be because they maybe weren't aware of this updated outfit, or maybe they were already working on that original art for so long and didn't want to change it and restart, or maybe honestly, here's another option. Maybe they just prefer the older design more. I'm sure there is one camp of people that will go, hey, Lucia has bigger boobs, and they're also more out there too. This is great. I love it. And you know what? That's perfectly fine. But there are also a number of people that are not happy with the redesign for a couple of reasons. One of the first reasons that are commonly cited is that the changes have sort of stripped away what made Lucia somewhat unique. The very long pointy ears are not a first by all means, but the extent of how big they were was definitely something that set her aside as a goat-like Theron, aside from of course the horns. But also, it's going to sound kind of funny, but in a game filled with everyone having big boobs and cleavage non-stop, Lucia, and to an extent Seed most recently, were a bit of a different direction. Especially with the design of her shirt having a window in the middle which gave a view from the bottom instead of a regular top-down view. Which, all things considered, was also unique. It was like a different type of fan service, which would also contrast very nicely with the other S rank that we would be getting in patch 2.3, which would be Yidhari. And the other complaint, which I think is incredibly valid and kind of similar to the other one, is that even when Lucia's original art was revealed, a lot of people looked at her outfit and went, oh, that looks a lot like Yishen because of the high-cut leotard pants. But at least it was just the pants that looked similar to Yishen. But now, adding on a pair of tiggle biddies and then changing her top to be a full-on cleavage show just makes her look even more like Yishen than before. Again, arguing that she is now less unique. In fact, I took a screenshot of Yishen in-game right now, and then I went and I recolored her clothes and hair, and honestly, if you squint a little bit, they really do start to blend together. Which is ironic because, again, if we're assuming that the reason why they did this model change is a response to the public opinion of Lucia after her reveal, I feel like if there were any complaints about her, it was mainly that she looked a lot like Yishen, because of the outfit mainly. So then what did? They double down and make her look even more like her. But we will of course be seeing the updated model in the 2.3 livestream, and maybe we'll also get an answer from the devs as to why they've made the changes that they've made. Otherwise though, for now, we will just have to wait and see what the devs have in store for us in the 2.3 livestream. But thank you all for watching until the end. If you enjoyed the video, liking, commenting and subscribing is greatly appreciated. And also, don't forget to stay tuned for the 2.3 livestream recap. But until next time, bye bye.